welcome back to the Breakthrough Podcast. I am your host and your champion, Jonas, and my
And his
co-host.
co-host and soon-to-be champion Parker.
All right, don't get too ahead of yourself. Today's a big
I'll
day.
start on you.
This is arguably one of the most important days for the BTR Championship. This is the first time that the BTR Championship will be defended at WrestleMania. Now, before we get to WrestleMania, we will be going over the weekly wrestling television shows. Parker did have a fun little event. Go ahead.
I did. I went to Collision. Kind of forgot to record because I was just kind of locked in.
Sorry.
So they had a few Ring of Honor matches beforehand.
Whoa, whoa,
Uh,
whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll talk
whoa,
about it when we
what?
get there.
Oh, I thought you told me to. I thought you wanted me to explain it, bro. Bro.
Oh, I was just saying like where you went and all that in case they forgot.
Oh yeah, I went to Collision.
Um, which fun fact, it was National AEW Wrestling Day in Springfield, so that was cool. But Parker, without further ado, are you ready to get into wrestling?
Suck it. Yep, let's go.
All right, here we go. We're starting off with Raw. The show opened up with Rhea, Bianca, and Io being fully confirmed to be a triple threat at WrestleMania 41 for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited.
Um, I don't know why they really inserted Rhea like this. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of random. Yeah, let's take that off.
Nah, you're fine. We'll be fine.
Um, yeah, I don't know. They just kind of gave the whole like title match to her, but I mean, at the same time, it's Rhea freaking Ripley, so I mean, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I think that's going to be one of the matches where we possibly have different predictions or different winners. But the match will be good. I
Oh,
don't
you
really
know,
have a problem with
sorry, not to
how
cut you
they
off.
built it up.
Um, you know how we always do the texting thing? Good when we do the predictions.
Oh
Just
yeah,
write them on the whiteboard.
I was just about to
That's
say that too. I'll get mine ready. I know we're doing it like later, but
what just fell.
just so that's like 100% way to know you're not cheating.
Yeah, and then we don't have to worry about it, and we'll be fair way. That way, there's no Parker picked this person just because I didn't pick them. Jonas picked this person just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wanted it to be a tie. Like I tried to do that at the Rumble. I picked and I think I picked MCMG like you did. Or I changed my tag team
Yeah,
prediction
because you had.
because because if that match was different, even if I won, even if Cena did
It
win,
would have been a tie.
I would have won. So
It was something like
but
that, yeah.
yeah, some like that where I changed my prediction. So yeah,
All right. Other than that, let's keep talking about Raw. We then had a very good technical battle between Lyra Valkyria and Bailey for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. As I mentioned, great technical match. It was very good. Bailey's matches don't ever really like stick out to me, but that one is actually very good. I did like that. Lyra
that that
showed
was that
off.
was probably the best of her IC title reign, Livers,
It's I mean,
in my opinion.
in the nice way possible. Her opponents haven't been great.
But I mean, it is a mid card title to
Yeah.
be fair.
I mean, she's had a match with Ivy Nile, and I,
And Dakota,
I just don't like Ivy.
I think it's cool. I think Ivy's like good, personally.
We then had American Made, El Grande Americano, and the Creed Brothers versus LWO, Joaquin Wilde, Dragon Lee, and was it Ray? Or no, Ray was watching. It was the other member. I don't know. Was it Cruz del Toro?
Think
Yes,
so.
Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read over it. My bad. Um, yes. So American Made ended up picking up the win here because El Grande Americano inserted a steel plate into his lucha mask. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't really know where they're going with this whole thing. Obviously, if you know the whole story, um, we are getting Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano at WrestleMania. Um, we know.
Who's under
Don't,
the mask? That's my question.
bro. It is Chad Gable.
No, it's not. Who? No, it's not.
Who is it then?
Dante Chen.
sure,
Adam Cole probably.
bro. So yeah, WrestleMania 41, we will have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Um, it's not. There's no stipulation yet, but it is Monday as recording this, so things are subject to
I doubt there's
change.
gonna be a stipulation.
Um, but yeah, the American Made picked up the win, as I mentioned, against LWO because of the steel plate mask. We then got a face-to-face promo from a serious Jey Uso and the Ring General Gunther.
That
Jay,
is that was nice. I'm really happy that they made Jay more serious and not yeet yeet yeet. Can we do it again?
yeah, Jey Uso vows to take the Ring General's World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania for his family. Um, Now the promo itself was great, but the crowd almost ruined it. Jey Uso was almost a victim to his own success, as many people were saying. Although the Yeet movement got him over and for the most part got him this match, it almost cost him the actual like storyline part of this hype because he was talking about the immense pain that Jimmy's going through, the the feeling of failure that his family will feel if he loses, all these things, and the crowd's just yeet yeet as he's saying it, and it's like not the time. Read the room.
Mm.
So I'm personally happy we got this serious Jey Uso promo because he's just been
Oh, me too.
a really
Definitely
like
me too.
uber face, but it's good to see that he does have some human qualities and isn't perfect. He knows he has to take things serious in order to beat Gunther because Gunther is a serious opponent, a serious issue, a serious, he's a great champion. Um,
Oh yeah.
and obviously Jey Uso versus the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. Excited for that. We then had the New Day versus War Raiders. The New Day defeat the War Raiders by disqualification after, I believe it was Eric, attacked Xavier Woods with a steel chair. The New Day brought out the steel chair about 75 to 80% way through the match. And eventually the War Raiders had enough. And as they hit Woods, the ref turned around and saw this. And so they were disqualified. Um, and then because KO had to step down and is injured, I'm pretty sure this is why that they got this WrestleMania match, because they just kind of booked it out of nowhere. But I don't know. I'm kind of excited, but not because New Days can kind of be made sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally hoping the New Day wins because I just think it would be cool to see because realistically the New Day's not going to have much longer. My uncle predicted that the New Day could lose because Big E comes out and screws them over.
They're making very, very big points of that in their promos, like online. If you go and read the article they put out when the match got announced, they talked about, will this be the first time that they win the tag titles without Big E, all like that type stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a very good chance that he returns or has something to do. They get paranoid,
I just
things like
hope
that.
his music like plays and then he comes out at the front. Sorry, my camera's off. Technical difficulties. I'm hoping that his song plays and he comes out at the front and he kind of just stands there, distracts him to get a roll up or something like that.
You want to go beat? Just say that.
And say that.
Oh.
Oh. All right, we're done.
Um, we then had Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. After refusing to join the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio challenged Penta. Carlito and Dom launched a post-match attack, followed by Braun Breaker coming out to level the playing field. But then after, Finn came out to stand tall. Dominic stood up behind him, kind of giving that look of like, do I trust you? Do I not? You waited so long to come out here to like help me type situation. And as Braun Breaker lined up for the spear, he missed Finn, and I believe he hit Dom, or did he just miss entirely?
Say that again.
When Braun went for the spear on Finn, did he completely miss, or did he hit Dom instead?
Pretty sure he hit Dom.
I'm not sure. But yeah. And then, backstage, Adam Pearce announced that it will be Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41. Parker, throw that phone across the room or just turn it off. Alright. Uh, and to close the show, Heyman, Paul Heyman came out to address the WWE Universe and the WrestleMania 41 match. And before he could really say anything important, Seth Rollins came out to talk to him, and Seth kind of said that the messiness of this match.
Pause the messy hole.
You need to stop.
All right.
The complicated factors of this match are because of Paul Heyman and whose corner he will be in. Because as we know, he is walking out with CM Punk. He is in his corner, which I think is stupid. That is a waste of a favor. That is a horrible storyline. I don't know why they're doing this.
I think the favor should have been to be in the main event.
I don't. If you're gonna make a whole big
The favor is Brock Lesnar coming out.
no, if you're gonna make this
Yes.
whole thing be, oh, I'm in the main event for free, and then he goes, that's not my favor. What? You get to hold hands with me down to the ring. That's your favor? Like, bro, it's so dumb.
I have a prediction when we do WrestleMania predictions. By the way, during this match,
It's-
just love to point
it's
this
so
out. It's not Brock Lesnar. I promise.
Brock Lesnar is not coming back.
Woo!
No, he's never coming back.
To be fair, his contract's on pause. It's not like
he also
he's not
he's also
released.
telling people that he's retired. Recently, he's been telling people he's retired.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Who knows, man. Moving over to NXT, Jordan Grace versus Jada Parker ends in a no contest. This all got erupted by the three main contenders for Julia's NXT Women's title, with the return of Julia.
Heel Julia.
Yes, she is healed. She's like, no more best friends, no more something, and then she's like, coming for your title. When asked backstage what she would like to do about the woman coming for her title, Stephanie Vacker answers asking for a fatal four-way at Stand and Deliver, which is confirmed. We will have. Is it Julia? It's Julia in there, right?
Stephanie,
Steph,
Julia, Jordan, Jada.
and Jordan.
It's a lot of J's.
Which, if you had to ask me, I think Jordan Grace might pick it up all low key.
I hope she does, but I don't think Steph's gonna drop the title this quick.
NXT is stacked right now.
At least for women.
Men's, it's alright.
I mean, you have Oba, you have Trick, you have Javon.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, the North American title picture's looking pretty good too.
It's been getting better. NXT Tag Champions Fraxium versus Swipe Right. Fraxium defeated Swipe Right in a non-title match.
What is Swipe Right?
I don't even know. There's some. Pretty sure there's some job.
There was some tag team on my show called Crash and Burn, and my uncle thought it was the funniest thing ever. He kept yelling, "Yeah, Crash and Burn!" And he thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Weren't they like a frat team or something?
No, that was Ring of Honor. Like, it was the frat house.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll talk about NXT. I mean, tomorrow there's gonna be a four-way match for the to fight for the NA title at Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend. So that's gonna be pretty cool. What else? So there's that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Lexus, Eddie, Ethan. It's Lexus, Eddie, Ethan, and one other dude. I forgot who it was. I don't know why I can't think of it. But yeah, that. And the winner goes on to face freaking what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Ricky Saints. And at Stand and Deliver. Alright, that's all I got.
Alright, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry. Wesley versus Yoshiki Inamura. Wesley took down Inamura in a quick match. I like Inamura. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's alright.
You having a fake conversation with your daughter?
Nah. Those are the voice. There's a
Alright,
voice
you
in
can
my room.
stop. It's not funny.
There's
Izzy
voices in my
Dang versus
room.
Ren Sinclair, where Izzy Dang picked up the win. This was a qualifier for the Women's North American Championship ladder match. We then had in the main event Dark State versus NXT champion Oba Femi, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans. Dark State picked up the win and attacked the team after the match. You can stop now. It's not funny. It really isn't. We are now moving over to SmackDown. The show opened up with Randy Orton and Nick Aldis. Aldis is angry at Randy Orton from the RKO last week. Orton tells Aldis maybe to drop the suit for a night and meet him in the ring. Which I'm not totally against that. I'd like to see Aldis versus
Oh
Randy Orton
please,
match.
that's the one match I want. I hate Soul Sikoa and his blonde looking ass.
Yeah, if it's Solo versus Randy, that's just a free point. It's Randy. Um, we then I don't agree with this. Lyra Valkyria and Bayley win a gauntlet match to become #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, that's just
I think it should have been the
nope.
secret Hervis.
I don't really know who I think it should have been, but
Think about it.
it shouldn't just have been Bailey. It shouldn't have been Bailey and Lyra. That's all I
Secret
gotta
Hervis
say
are the
about
only real tag team that were in the match.
it. But I mean,
Besides
Bailey and
Katie
Lyra
Carter.
aren't gonna win. I can see a heel turn after the match with Bailey and Lyra.
I hope so, because
Maybe.
this Bayley gimmick is
I
getting
hope Lyra
stale.
turning heel just because Bailey just turned face like a year ago
Yeah.
to fight you at Mania.
I don't know. I think Lyra is a good wrestler, but I don't think she should be having a match for like.
Yeah.
I don't think she should be challenging for a title at Mania. She should be defending hers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Secret Hervis would have been a better match. But
So love. I love you.
Drew McIntyre attacked Damian Priest. Just to spend less time
Sin
on
City
this.
Street Fight.
Yeah, at WrestleMania 41, it will be McIntyre versus Priest in a Sin City Street Fight. That has to be good, right?
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's gotta be. I'm excited for it. They're both very great. They have good chemistry.
They're both huge.
They're both very tall and big, beefy dudes. Rey Fenix defeats Berto with a Mexican muscle buster. Santos Escobar is getting annoyed at Legado del Fantasma and really just doesn't like what they're doing. He just kind of thinks they suck and he's kind of disappointed. So that's what's going on with that. He seemingly wants to recruit Rey Fenix, but Rey Fenix really doesn't want anything to do with him. So yeah. Zelina Vega defeats Chelsea Green via count out. Sorry. People are making a point online because Jaden was talking about this today. They played what is believed to be the Aleister Black teaser and then had Zelina Vega match. Which, if you don't know, Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are married in real life.
They are, yes.
Alright, that's nice. But yeah, apparently Chelsea getting counted out was real. She completely forgot to get back in the ring. And many people think that it's because she thought that when Zelina got rolled in, she would have been good, but I guess not. That's nice, Parker. Cody Rhodes comes out and shows off a bunch of the old WWE titles in a message to John Cena, just talking about how this is the legacy of the company and that he wants to pursue it. He's not going to let John Cena run away with it. It's not
Spinner belt.
He quotes Cena's old lyrics. He says, "Your time is up. My time is now."
Those aren't his old lyrics.
Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. Are you stupid?
His old lyrics?
His own. Own.
You said old.
I said own.
Old.
Whatever. Tiffany Stratton defeats Roxanne Perez in a non-title bout. I'm happy that Roxanne's on main roster more, I guess.
Same.
It's been one match, but still, that's more than nothing. You're like, why isn't she on the show yet? Why isn't she on the show yet? Did we not remember what happened with Tiffany Stratton? She literally did the exact same thing. Was in Rumble, Roxanne was in Rumble. Was at Chamber, Roxanne was in Chamber. Had a few matches on SmackDown, Roxanne's had a few matches on main roster. and then she disappears for a bit, goes back to NXT. She's gonna go back to NXT, and once the draft happens, she's gonna get drafted up. So I'm excited for that because Roxanne will most likely win that women's IC or US title. Stop having
I hope she
conversations
does.
with the wall.
Huh?
All right, Parker. It is now your time to shine and talk about Collision.
Okay, so we get there. There's a few matches beforehand, Ring of Honor matches. I kind of forgot about it. The main one was MXM Collection and Johnny TV versus Gold Dust and the Von Erichs. Gold Dust and the Von
Are they like
Erichs
the
ended up
Sons of
winning.
What are they? They're like the
Huh?
the Sons of Texas or something like that.
I would get. I think
Or is
I
it
don't
the
freaking know.
same?
But I saw Gold Dust. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Um, all right, show started. I'm trying to do this from memory. FTR came out with a promo.
Yep.
I know FTR had a promo. They were talking about it, and I'm pretty sure
Then they almost killed Siobhan.
I forgot about that. Okay, so my uncle actually predicted that. He was like, "Oh, watch, Shivani's gonna get beat up," because he was saying how he's talking about his daughter. So Shivani walks in the ring, and they're like, "Oh, so what did you say?" And he's explaining
Yeah,
like, "Oh, yeah, I
Shivani's
think
still
what you
on
did was
Big
bad."
Wings on Saturday.
And then it's Dax Harwood's the bald one. He's like, "Oh, I can't remember. There's one other thing you said about my family," and then he had. And then he had him in the pile driver. Then Danny Garcia came out, or no, it was freaking Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, he got
Then
up.
it was when I was watching, I was like, why does Nigel McGuinness look so much taller than them? And he's only 6'1", and I'm like, oh, they're like midgets. Um, they are. They're both like 5'8". I'm like as tall as them.
I mean, the appropriate term is little person, but
Okay,
isn't
whatever.
your cousin
Cancel
one?
culture. No, what?
I thought you said that your cousin was one, and they let you call.
No, never met one in my life.
Parker says
Um,
that in an endearing way.
yeah. Um, and then, ooh, I might need to pull
Wait,
it up.
after that, it was Jamie Hayter versus.
Oh yeah, so Jamie Hayter versus that other girl, not dude.
Billy Starks.
Um, it was an outright match. I mean, they had a few good spots, which were pretty cool to see, but
So
besides
much
that,
to be
wasn't anything.
upset.
Yeah, it wasn't anything wild. All right,
I didn't. I mean, it was a decent match.
it was. It wasn't too bad.
Like I said, the only memorable part really was those superplex outside.
They did announce. I think it was in between that they did announce that John Moxley will be taking Pac's spot
Bro, I
in
want to
that
go to
match
that
on
show
Wednesday.
so bad. I'm trying to convince my mom
Yeah. Um.
because it's Wednesday and tickets are like $40.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
There
convince
was. There was one tag team match with like people were in the crowd were like, "You're not Jacob Fatu,"
her. My
versus
God,
Crash and Burn.
they were being
No, it's just
racist,
stop,
dude.
stop.
Bro,
Um,
they were. They're the
and
gates of
then there
Agni. They're
was
Samoan.
AR Fox versus
Kevin Knight.
Kevin Knight, which that was also a pretty good match.
Kevin Knight's
Um,
very good.
he is. He should definitely be a champion eventually.
Yeah, I mean, he just joined. He just got signed. And he's from New Japan, and
Yeah.
we mentioned it in last week's pod. Sorry about that. We didn't get to do it because the audio broke. But maybe it's a good thing because last week's pod was all over the place.
Yeah.
But Kevin Knight was offered a tryout for NXT, but AEW offered him a contract for having a match on like Collision, Dynamite, all those things.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So
if I was him, think about it. He was getting a tryout for NXT, so he wasn't even guaranteed a contract. Or he could have went with AEW, and then he also ended up getting a pay-per-view match in his second match with a contract because Jay White got injured. Think about how lucky
Okay.
that is.
Okay. Then there was Harley Quinn versus Athena, which was also a very good match. My uncle really liked Athena's finisher that she did from the top rope. That was her old finisher, I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
I can't even lie. Harley Cameron is actually pretty good.
She is pretty good. I like Athena better though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then the main event happened. It was Kenoshé Takeshita versus Brody King.
Bro.
Oh, wait. I forgot. FTR fought some other dudes. Daddy Magic.
And
Daddy Magic,
Hangman
dude. Everybody
Edge.
was chanting Daddy Magic. It was awesome.
Well, something happened to Daddy Magic.
Oh, something did happen. Yeah, he was busted open.
His
That was
face looked
awesome.
like this. It was
Yeah,
bad.
and Danny Garcia
hit
came
with a
out,
3 pile driver.
got hit with 3. My moment of the night was Adam Cole coming out.
Yes.
They didn't play Titantron. I was kind of pissed off because I love his Titantron.
Shout out to Parker's uncle.
Oh yeah, my uncle. But he said,
We're the
"You know, it's all about the boom," and then and then he
Dude.
came out. That was awesome.
I feel so
And
bad
then
that you didn't get to see his full intro though, cause dude,
it's whatever.
the frickin' boom, it's so loud.
Um. So then Takeshita versus Brody King. Takeshita ended up winning, but it was a really good match. I saw my first pile driver. Actually, it was FTR that saw it, but I saw my first pile driver in real life, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you did the package tombstone.
And then there's also a lot of knees, which were loud.
Dude, they did such a good job of the flash.
Brody's a huge dude. His chops were his chops were loud. It was awesome. No, it was awesome.
I got to see Buddy versus Andrade, and it was a ladder match for Andrade's mask. It was so fire. Julia Hart went through a table.
All right, ready for predictions?
Oh god, no, I'm not. I'm really not.
We have to.
Right.
Oh, write this down so we know. Like, just write down the matches that are different. Let me grab my phone.
So, grab your whiteboard. Are you stupid?
I know. I'm just grabbing my phone because I need it.
Okay, so me and Parker come to consensus that the winner of WrestleMania predictions not only gets the BTR championship, but they also gain an extra bonus, whatever type of point that they can use at any time on any predictions. Okay.
And the BTR title, obviously.
Yes. So, Parker, let me.
Do you have the whole card lineup?
The match card here. Are we ready to do this?
I'm nervous, excited,
I'm
both.
scared.
Dude, there's a lot at stake, because it's not just the title, but you're almost guaranteed at least to hold the title for another pay-per-view, basically.
It's scary, bro. I'm shaking right now. I'm actually scared.
Well, may the best man win.
Before we do
Don't
anything,
get all pissy. Sorry.
Do not get mad. Do not brag in somebody else's face because this is scary.
This is stressful.
All right. So I'm gonna go in order of just this. Okay. Starting off, we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles.
I don't know how to draw that. Alright, good enough.
Alright, I have my answer down.
Alright, I think I spelled her name wrong.
You have to pick the same person as one then. Alright.
Yeah.
2, 1. I have Liv and Raquel.
We spelled it the same. I think we both spelled it wrong. Yeah.
Raquel.
Also, I do want to point out, I do want to, just in case, because, so SmackDown, there's a match for Street Profits and MCMG. I think that's going to end in chaos, and there's going to be a match at Mania. I'm not positive. Yeah, so do you not want to predict that, or do you want to predict that? If this
somehow ends up in a tie, then we'll predict it, but well, you already said what you have there next one. And I do not know this, because I do not think so. But, well then, I mean, it doesn't matter. Parker, you have the New Day, right?
Yes, I shouldn't have said that.
I have the War Raiders.
Okay.
I just don't think the New Day are winning. So, there we go. It's not staying like any other... Okay, so it doesn't matter. We then have...
I'm going to write down, real quick, I'm going to just write down in my notes the matches we have different.
I'm not going to switch up.
I just want to keep in track.
Alright. I'm pretty sure we'll probably have the same one here. We have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, Sin City Street Fight. Okay. I'll give you a hint. I'm picking somebody whose first name starts with a D. I'm picking somebody who won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40. Get it? Because he cashed in and...
Shut up.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
I
1.
have Drew McIntyre.
I have Damian Priest.
Okay. Even though Drew has
Why
been...
is my camera not inverted?
No, it is. It is. Trust me. Yours is working for mine. Like, I can read it.
Oh, mine's on my
Read
screen. It's
mine?
inverted. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read it. That's fine. But I don't know. I just think Drew's winning. He's been taking too many L's. I feel like he's finally gonna pick up a win.
Okay.
We then
So
have
2 out of the 3 matches we predicted. Okay.
Jade Cargill versus Naomi. You know when you are ready.
Yep. Ready.
Have Naomi. In 3, 2, 1. I have Jade Cargill.
Jade. That's
Well,
that mean,
because
that's
I thought you
Jade.
just went Naomi or whatever. Right. We now have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. This one I genuinely don't know.
I'm
gonna go with like the logical answer, but sometimes logic doesn't work.
That's true. 3, 2, 1. Say his name. Say.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1. I have Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Ray. I'm not even writing their full name because you know who I mean.
Alright, the next match is the U.S. title match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fat 2. I have my...
Say.
Are you ready?
Yo.
In
Whoa.
3,
Whoops.
2, 1. I have Jacob Fat 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying him. Unless Solo or somebody cost him.
Solo, I hate you.
Now, here we go. Our first multi-man match.
Is it the IC?
The IC title match. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio.
I'm between 2, and I'll tell you the other one after I predict
I'm
it.
going for it.
If you write down who I think you're writing down.
Dude, greatness can only be denied so many times.
Wait, you know what? I have to. You know what? I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut. Dom. Yes. I had Penta written down, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going with my gut.
It'll be so funny if Dom wins.
He deserves it though. I think he's deserved it.
He'll lose it to Finn or like Penta
Probably.
immediately, but I don't even care because low-key, I think Braun might get pushed to like main title.
He should. He definitely should.
Think about it. With the whole Jey Uso being pushed to main title, so can he.
Yeah.
Easiest prediction of my life: AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
I really hope that who we're both writing down 3, 2, 1, turn it around. Okay. If Logan wins, if freaking Logan wins.
I'm going with my heart on this one because I hate this other person with a passion. Women's Championship match: Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. In 3, 2, 1.
I wonder. Tiffy time. I love how we both didn't even write her name. We just wrote Tiffy time.
Perfect. We then have the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther versus main event Yeet. Can we get it again? Jey Uso. Right.
Can you hear my squeaking?
Yes, in 3, 2, 1. Like many people have been saying, Jay's been denied his title so many times. He won the IC, lost it in like 2 weeks, things like that. Now, on to our first multi-woman match. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go with... Thing is, all these people can be champion. It makes so much sense.
100% all of them. Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, I'm going with this person. It makes the most sense of what the storyline is right now. In 3, 2, 1, I have Io retaining.
Me too.
Because
I don't see any world where Rhea wins.
The way that they've been doing it, the way the promos have been, Rhea and Bianca are focusing each other and leaving Io behind. Rhea can get Bianca ready to pin, Io can come out of nowhere and steal it. That's literally
I
how
just
the
think
whole
I
thing
just think
is.
Io's gonna win. I'm not thinking about all that
Like,
bullshit.
I don't know. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. The night one main.
After this, I'm gonna take him like a minute and a half to explain the whole prediction. All right.
Okay. You might have the same person as me, but I don't know. All right.
One sec.
I think Brock Lesnar comes out and kisses.
All right. Okay.
All right. In
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
I have Seth with Paul Heyman.
I
Now
have
hear
Seth
me out.
Rollins.
This is my little prediction. It's nothing crazy. I feel that Seth said Paul owes him a favor, right?
Which he doesn't.
Which technically he doesn't, but you never know.
He didn't do anything.
I
besides
think
be a,
I think
like,
that whole Seth beating up Paul thing's a play, and I think they're gonna team up at the end of Mania. I think Paul's gonna do something. Paul's gonna do something. I know. I just know.
All right. So the like obvious but not obvious match. The WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. For some reason, whenever I see this person's name, I write it like this.
All right,
In 3, 2, 1.
John Cena.
It's inevitable. It's his retirement tour. He's their poster child of everything. They're gonna give him the record. They don't really care for Ric Flair anymore after all the stuff he's said. So, I think just like, the IC title, where they're like, we don't want some Elvis impersonator.
So wait, what are our only matches? It's just Drew
War
and
Raiders.
War Raiders.
Yeah, I believe
That's
so.
it. Oh
So-
my god.
That's gonna be a quick time.
Oh my god, because both those matches, I'm pretty sure Drew and Priest are happening night one. The thing is, I need to. No, I don't. Never mind.
Well, I mean, hey, Parker, good luck to you.
Wait, I'm trying to think. I need to win both of those then.
Yeah, because I can.
Because it's like if I win like the War Raiders, say the New Day wins, but then Drew wins, it's 1-1. You retain. Oh my god.
It's scary, man. That's a good episode. That's 40 minutes, Parker.
Holy crap.
What do you have to say to the fans?
Hopefully next time you're seeing me, it's because Priest can freaking lock the frick in.
So, Parker, you know the thing that I have that has something to do with this type of thing. Don't say it out loud because it's still a surprise to the viewers. Remember I called you randomly on that day and I was like, look what I got.
Oh, yep.
So my plan is that if I win the championship, I will do a promo wearing that T-shirt.
Okay.
And
And if you lose,
I'm gonna talk to you about it later on about what I have some ideas for, because obviously you guys know that this is all just character work. Well, Parker, we cannot skip over the most important part of the day. I think I have a prediction. Who is your rest of the week? Don't say it out loud. I think I might have an idea.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but this might be bias.
All right, go ahead and say it.
All right, I'm just gonna. Don't be mad that it's biased, but I'm just gonna pick Adam Cole because he got my pop.
I put some cash there.
Hey, you're a loser. No, I just put Adam Cole because he got the biggest pop out of me. But yeah, it was still pretty cool.
Shout out to Parker's uncle.
Where's this Titantron at?
Yeah. All right. With that being said, we will see you next week.
Do the thing.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And good night.
Good night.
Bang.